Hello there, and welcome to Rent to Keys Academy. So this is month one, which is the first course in our 12-month path to becoming a first home ownership. It's a club, it's a coaching club, and so what we're going to be doing is taking you all the way for the next 12 months from beginning to end to become a homeowner. Now, let me just also say right from the beginning that if home ownership is not your goal, which means if you're not wanting to own a home today, you should still be in this course, because the secret is, and you may not know this, is that you need higher qualifications and credit scores to rent today than you do to purchase a home. And at the end of the day, you may not be thinking that you can or want to own a home today, but circumstances change. I've had many people come to me, they're renting, and all of a sudden their landlord wants their home back, and they're like, oh, what am I going to do? My credit's still bad. I don't have any savings. So this club is not just to own, which means to purchase a home, but to be able to get into your own home if the need arises. So what we've done is this first month, and this is for people who joined in the first 15 days of rolling this out. So if it's been past the 15 days, you don't quite get this special, but it's still very much worth it. So the first course, this course is free for those people. Now, I may roll this out and make it free just going forward, because I think the first month is instrumental for people to see what it is, to see if it's something that they would want to invest in, because the investment is so low, but to see if it's something that can help you. Again, it's my personal opinion. It can help everyone and anyone, but this is something you have to decide for yourself. We don't try to make anyone become a homeowner. We don't do that. We try to educate and show you why home ownership is the path to wealth. Okay, that's the goal. So if it's not for you, it's not for you. Don't feel like your arms have been twisted, but do this. Don't be a gatekeeper. Pass this information on to anyone you know, whether you know their situation or not. Pass this on to them, because they may know someone it can help. So I'm just going to run through what this first month is going to include. Well, first of all, the program goal is to help renters become financially, mentally, and strategically ready to purchase their first home within 12 months. Now, the term within is very important, because some of you are going to reach it right away, because some of you have already done the ground leg work. Okay, and you may or may not even realize you've done that. And some of you, it may take the whole 12 months, because you may have some more serious issues that need to be addressed, some more education, so to speak, until you're ready. That's not a bad thing, because look, we don't know what we don't know. You're not expected to know these things if no one's ever taught you, if you've never been placed in front of it where you'll know it. So our target audience are renters, maybe people who have a credit score as low as 580. It doesn't matter. We're going to get you there. And if your credit score is longer than that, it doesn't matter. We're going to get you there. You're going to get the tools to get there. Maybe you've got limited savings. That's okay. We're going to talk about that, and we're going to talk about programs, and we're going to talk about how you can increase those savings. People who might be interested in down payment assistance programs. There are so many, especially here in the state of California, that we're going to go through some down payment assistance program. And the exciting part is we're going to have other professionals, some of my affiliates who are experts in these different fields. They're going to come in as well. So it's not just me. It's not just me talking and giving my little opinion. It's going to be professionals who this is what they do. Okay. And here's the thing. For the program, in the program, you're going to get all this information for no additional fee. There are professionals out there that are charging thousands of dollars for this information. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. Okay, we're not doing that. So the format of the program, each month you're going to get information, and you're going to have homework. There's stuff you got to do. We're not doing it for you. We are teaching you how to do it. You know why that's so important? Because if I teach you, then you know it and you'll put it in practice. And if we teach you, you can teach your children and grandchildren and other family members, because you already know it, because we taught you. We didn't do it for you. We taught you. So that's what we're going to do. So we're going to have worksheets, guides. We'll have a private Facebook group where we're going to be giving other information, other tips, where you'll get to go on and ask your questions. You're going to have a monthly action checklist, and we're going to expect you to do this. Okay? We're going to help you. It's not going to be hard, but you got to do it. Okay? You're going to get one live one-on-one coaching call per month. But then we're going to have also a group coaching call. So you can get on there. And if, this is for like generic questions, basic questions, but that live, now let me tell you though, that's going to be an accountability call. I'm going to be holding you accountable. Because see, the thing is, if we don't hold the fire to the feet, sometimes we don't do what we're supposed to do. I'm guilty of that. So we're going to have that accountability. And you know what? Trust me, you're going to love it. You're going to love it. Don't worry about it. Now, month 1, I'm going to tell you now, we're talking about the home ownership mindset. Okay, that's what we're doing right now. So the training topics are going to be why buying is possible sooner than you even thought. Okay, we're going to talk about the biggest myths about buying a home, because that right there gets set in our minds. It's what other people have said. It's what you're reading online. And so you have this mindset that, oh no, I can't buy a house, or it's too expensive, or it's too much, or why do I want to do that? Why don't I just keep paying rent and I can always call the maintenance man to come fix something? I don't got to be bothered with that. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk and understand the home buying timeline. And then you will be able to see where you are in this 12 months and why we've set 12 months. You're going to set a realistic purchase goal. Now, you're not going to get on here and say, oh, by next month, I want to be in a house. No, we're not doing that. It's going to be realistic purchase goal. You're going to get a home ownership readiness self-assessment form that you're going to self-assess. Now, in your one-on-one and in the group, we're going to talk about it. So if anything needs to be changed, we're going to amend it. Okay. We're going to be real on this. Okay. We're going to have a first-time buyer loan program comparison where we're going to be talking about all different kinds of, different loans. We're going to calculate your current rent, what your desired mortgage payment is, and based on that, we're going to target an ideal purchase price. So your action steps this month are going to be where you define your home ownership goal date. And remember, you're going to be realistic, because I don't know yet. You know your situation. You know what your credit score is. And if you don't, we're going to talk about that, because you need to be keeping track of your credit score monthly. Okay. You need to know why. Not so much so you can see if it goes up a point, down a point. So if you can see if somebody out there doing something with your credit. And plus, how do you know when you're ready if you don't even know what your credit score is? No, that's not cool. We're going to address that. You're going to track your monthly spending. Because I get a lot of people who say, I can't save money. But then when we track their monthly spending, they spending $200-300 a month at the Starbucks. I spoke to someone yesterday, and she told me when she tracked her, she had spent $500 at Starbucks for the month. $500. Come on now. Do you need Starbucks? Could you have bought some coffee at the store and for $100 a month and put that other $400 into your savings? Could you have done that? You could have. Now you might be saying, but I don't want to. I want my Starbucks. Okay, what's more important to you? See, that's what we're going to talk about, your priorities. What's more important to you? Spending money at these places that you don't need, but you're desiring to buy a home, or you're desiring to get that credit fixed, but you keep saying, I don't have the money to do it. We're going to keep you real. And then, like I said, you're going to join the accountability group. So that's what we're going to be doing. And that's what this month 1 is. So in the downloads, all your materials are there. I need you to download that. And that's what you're working on this month. Okay. So we're going to be talking about why home ownership creates wealth. Come on. Why? Why do you think it does? Okay. Real quick. So you purchase a home. I'll give you some real life examples. You purchase a home. And I'm just going to base it on one of my clients. You purchase a home for $380,000. Okay, $380,000. And 10 years later, now you purchased that home when you were like 35. 10 years later, now you're 45. And you decide to move out of state. So you put that home up for market. Guess what? Now she's able to sell that house for $665. $665. That's what, $280,000? Something like that. In 10 years. You tell me another less riskier way that you can save $285,000. You tell me, had you been renting for those 10 years, when you get ready to move, is that landlord going to give you back part of the money you paid for rent? See, that's what creating wealth is. That's what creating equity is. It's like your own savings account. And I don't care where you live. Over time, any home you buy is going to increase in equity. Now, the key word is over time. Now, it takes, you got to be in a house at least 4 years to see some equity. In some cases, you'll see it jump up, down. But to see some real equity, 4 years. But 7+ years, you've done something. So don't let anybody tell you it's not worth it to buy a home. It's almost like a forced savings. And equity, I believe, is so good, because let me tell you the 3 things that I tell people sometimes that I think it's a good idea to take equity out of a house, whether you're selling it or refinancing. You got some kids or grandkids going to college. That's a great reason. You have some serious medical issues. That's a great reason. Okay? These are great reasons to take equity and to want to build equity so that later on you have a house. Now, let's just say that you decide that you're not going to take equity. You're not going to sell the house. And you stay in that house until you retire. So now you retire. You own this house free and clear. Now, you guys got to pay your insurance and your taxes, but you own this house free and clear. You retire. You don't have a house payment anymore. So you tell me, had you not bought this house and owned it free and clear when you retire, but you still have to rent, how are you going to pay that rent? Because you're retired. You don't have that income anymore. So you see, so you got to change your mindset about owning a home and not only think, oh, it's too difficult. It's too expensive. And now we'll talk about the tax benefits, obviously, because when you're renting, you don't have children. You're going to pay Uncle Sam some money, right? Because you really don't have any tax write-offs. And the whole basis of tax is that you pay a part of your income. Now you own a home. You get to write off the interest each year that you pay. Because obviously if you take a loan, you're going to pay interest on it. So that's one of the tax benefits. Generational wealth. There are people who are purchasing homes and then they're able to pass it on to their children later. Have another client whose mother purchased a home, and then she was able, she didn't, and her mother did not make a lot of money. That's the key here. Not just wealthy people are buying homes. She purchased this home, I want to say maybe 30 years ago, right? Home's paid off. So she purchased another home and let her daughter live in that home. And put it in a trust so that is her inheritance. So this daughter is now living in this home free. She just pays the taxes and the insurance. But when her mother passes away, that's her inheritance. And that home is worth $600,000 today. Mom's not sick or anything, but when she passes, and see, this is what we're talking generational wealth. You're able to leave your children, grandchildren, something. So that's what we're talking about changing the mindset about home ownership. And that's why we're doing that. Now, also, this lesson here this month, and I want you guys to, download the materials that we're giving. It's designed to create a clear path from renting to owning. Clear path. If you follow what we're doing and you follow these, these documents and guides that I'm giving you as part of the program, you're going to get there. Now, let me tell you something. Meet your coach. Meet your coach. I've got 18 plus years of real estate experience. I've worked with first-time home buyers, investors. I've worked with people, probate sales, people in divorce. I got a couple going on now that's, whoo, Lord. I've worked with people who are in pre-foreclosure and they had to do a short sale, or they just had to sell real quick because of the foreclosure, didn't want to lose their equity. Because if you don't want to do that, if you can't make that payment, we got to make some decisions, okay? So I've helped them, but I've helped buyers build confidence. I don't have a single buyer today that bought a home using me in the past that isn't happy. Even the ones that bought their first home, now they bought second homes, third homes. I even have clients whose children are buying homes with me now. And I tell you, I've been there 18 plus years. I'm around for the kids now. Help you prepare financially. Prepare to purchase a home. We don't just want to oops up into buying a home. And then it doesn't stop there. We help you navigate home ownership. I work now primarily by referral. Why? Because I'm helping past clients. And I have past clients that call me for questions of home ownership. I just had someone call me 2 days ago because her payment went up. She's been in the property 7 years. She's not sure why it went up. I was able to help her look at the documents and determine her insurance, her home insurance is what went up. And also give her some advice on how to get that lowered back down by changing insurance companies. So you see, this is what you get from me. You get a coach with not just, real estate background. I used to be a mortgage broker. I'm a trained accountant, chief financial officer, used to be for a law firm, used to be a chief financial officer for a real estate firm. Your girl come with a little bit of experience, okay? Your girl knows what she's kind of talking about. We talked about why home ownership matters, but this is something, again, you're going to get in the guides I provide for you. We can talk about the cost of waiting. Just add up how much rent you've paid in the last, 5 years. Do 5 years, then do 10 years. Add that up. And then add up how much the landlord going to give you back when you move. That's your cost of waiting. Also, we can look at, and you can do this too, and you can reach out to me, email me, text me, whatever. On the one-on-one call, we can look this up. But take a look at maybe, like I said, 5-10 years ago, at the type of house that you could have bought and what you would have paid and what that house is worth today. We can do that. We can tell you the cost of waiting. So there is a cost of waiting. We don't want you to wait. We're going to create your home ownership vision. And by that, we're going to describe your dream home. No, keep in mind, your first home is not going to be your dream home. Let's be real. Your first home it's a step. It's a step. So I know a lot of people say, I'm waiting because I can't get the home I really want. Are you right now in the home you really want? So what are you waiting for? We're going to do that. We're going to talk about the neighborhood. We're going to talk about the commute. And we're going to talk about your lifestyle goals. So I'm going to have you, and you'll see this also in your guide, rate yourself in your savings, your credit score, your current debt, your income stability. Like, how stable are you at your current job? Are you likely to get a better job? Are you in some kind of training where you will definitely make more money as you go forward? And we're going to do planning. We're going to plan for the next 12 months. And then we're also going to plan for after that. I'm going to help you say, okay, what's going to be happening for you in the next 5 years? You're going to do a financial snapshot. So you're going to document your income, your expenses, your assets, your liabilities. And one thing, again, I mentioned, we're going to get rid of some of that stuff that you really don't need for the next 12 months. Who need to be buying 4 candles a month, paying $15 a month for the candle? That's $60. You might say $60 ain't that much. Stop it. You're going to save that $60. You're going to save that $200 a month at the Starbucks. You see what I'm saying? We're adding things up. All them streaming services you have. Do you need all them? You don't. $20 for each stream. The Hulu, the Netflix. No, you don't need all that. You don't need that. And you know what? Think about when COVID was here. What did you have to not do that you lived through? What did you live through that you thought you could never live without getting your nails done? You couldn't live without getting your hair done every weekend. What did COVID do? COVID showed you, yes, you can. So for the next 12 months, you can do that. We are going to create a personalized savings goal and action plan. It's all in the worksheet. It's all in the worksheet to help you do that. all here. We're going to do a 30-day success challenge, which means after each month period, we're going to look at what you excelled in and what you still need to work on. And that's okay. We all have something to work on, but we're going to help you work on that. But that's the thing. If you don't do this monthly reflection, how do you know what you need to work on? You're going to celebrate your progress. I don't care if it's a little bit, a whole lot of bit, whatever it is, we're going to celebrate that progress. I don't know how. We'll talk about it on the one-on-one. Maybe we'll let you go to Starbucks one day. I don't know, but we're going to celebrate it. And then I don't know how many of you have done a vision board. I want you to start thinking of the vision board. I want you to start collecting from magazines or whatever, clip them out. What's your vision? What's your vision for at the end of this 12 months? Just this year. What is your vision? Where do you see yourself at the end of this 12 months? Now, I've also included a monthly budget worksheet. I need you to fill that out. I need you to know where you're spending your money. And I need you to be in control of your money. And if you don't have a budget where you know where it's going, where you know where you want it to go, and see where it ain't adding up, then how do you know? So you're going to do that. You got to do that. And then at the end, we're going to have a debt elimination planner. You're going to write down in the worksheet what debt you currently have that you can and will eliminate for this next 12 months. So again, welcome to your Keys to Home Ownership Academy. I look forward to working with you guys the next 12 months. My information is here. If you have questions, I'll have my calendar posted so for your one-on-one. And, I don't really have a time restriction for the one-on-one. Some of you may only take 5 minutes. You might just have a quick call, a quick question. Some of you might need 15 minutes, 30 minutes. I don't know now. I'm not going to give y'all no 2 hours because you don't need that. But because a lot of the stuff that questions you might have, we'll have a private Facebook page. You can just reach out on there. If it's just just a general question. And if it's a more personal question that you don't want people to know, message me. I'm not going to allow anonymous stuff. We're not going to do that. But you can message me if you feel it's private. But you know what? Whatever question you have, just think someone else in the group might have that question. So feel free to put the question, just put it in there. Let everybody see, because someone else may have that same question, but they may be thinking, oh, that's a stupid question. There's no such thing as a stupid question. No such thing. So again, welcome to month 1. I'm excited to see you here. I'm excited to see how many people really get in here and really excel. And I have a few surprises for you guys along the way. Each month, I have a few little surprises for you. So, yeah, it's your Realtor Katie, also known as your Realtor for Life. And welcome. Welcome. I'm excited to have you on this 12-month path to first-time home ownership. It's a private club, and you made it. Have a wonderful day.